Let's do some speed farming.
Get awesome.
Oh wait, there's a chest over here. Oh yeah, that's right. This place has no store. You can't sell your shit. I just killed myself.
Handsomeness impending.
Never mind. I didn't kill myself.
chosen to stand out here, far, far away from everyone else, to guard the main gate to the old communications facility. It's a very important duty, as I'm not to let anyone in through here. Unless, of course, you're here as fresh meat for the recruitment grinder.
Uh-huh. And how do I get inside?
Then prove yourself worthy of joining Red Belly's band of scavs. Excellent. Get going, wannabe gang member. I shall brief you on the way. We're in a bloody war with the rival gang who call themselves the Darksiders. Cut a bloody swath through the ranks and steal the silly prism things carried around by their toughest warriors. Then, if you live, return to me here, where I am standing. Oh, yeah, I forgot to mention. Those Darksiders love overcharging their jump pads for some extra boost. Shoot the little box on the side of the jump pad, and you'll get some extra zip.
Sorry, I forgot to unmute my mic. I wasn't saying much anyways.
Sexy. Rudy. full of doubles.
I forget my jacks don't give me health regen because I'm not inspecting to that tree yet. I should probably do that tree at first, honestly. I don't really need weapon swap speed or compound interest.
No big deal.
Where? It sounds so much closer than that, though.
Back up! Give me back up! Kill some bad guys. Back here! The real one. And the world just got 25% more handsome.
Oh, almost cleared the crater.
Whoa!
I want to go up here and actually complete that quest that I didn't do the other day. Because I was opening it up for the chest to be available when the area scales.
Could still do with your help. Our membership numbers remain low, though thankfully
Oh,
Gabby printed all
wrong
our posters.
Bhutan.
Would you mind picking them up? They're at our secret base. And having a
I really
fire
need to
weapon
make
would
my
be handy
pre-sequel
again, too.
controller setup the same as my Borderlands setup. For controls.
If you see any posters put up by our rivals, feel free to burn them down. That score me major brownie points with the others. We really ought to invest in an oxygen generator for the base. Oh, that's gonna be expensive. Never mind. Pick up those posters, please.
stupid thing.
Track of time again! A CPF board meeting's happening any second, and I don't need Karen shooting me the stink eye across the room because I haven't done my part! I'm updating your echo with the locations we need the posters to be. Hurry, please! We'd like to target with the fires of revolution! Hurry! Corporations are so out of control and should be taught a lesson. My ex, Gabby, I mentioned her before, wrote Atlas a letter once, complaining about the lack of responsibly sourced vegan food outlets in town, but she tore it up before she sent it. Nerves. Then she scurried back to her parents' mansion on Themis. I guess some people just aren't cut out for cutthroat politics. Oh, that sounds violent. Sorry. Oh, yes! That looks sweet right there. One more to go. But do hurry. Someone just put out biscuits. Gabby never got up before midday, which isn't really what you want when you're starting a revolution. By the time she was having her first latte, I'd already read and annotated several political articles. could put it up where there's an atmosphere. Liberation Army's posters down.
Slippery snag.
Let's they'll be used in cleaning out replacements. Excellent. The People's Liberation Army will think twice before putting their posters up here again. I hope. Go back to the bounty board and I'll pay you. Just walked in. Oh, hey, Karen! Biscuit! The gluten-free!
You have proven yourself worthy, and your initiation is nearly complete. I've updated your echo with the location of, another entrance.
Yeah, or I could just use this door right here.
The thing is I was fiddling with the controls and got something stuck in them, so the door's not working right now. But you can still get through the side door. Just give them the password, R. I show it here. A noble yet dangerous robot, alone, mysterious, desperate to be loved.
Gang member, you better know the password.
R.
Yeah, that's the password. You're in. Wait a sec, where's that stupid switch? There you go. Use that to get to the secret entrance and welcome to the gang.
Which one of you is least crappy?
Warning, oxygen levels at half.
Tossing grenade!
What do we got here, Red?
I don't know, Belly, you tell me.
That ain't no new recruit, that's for sure.
My thoughts exactly.
Reckon there's only one thing to do, yep.
Make him a cuppa.
Yeah, wait, no! Tear him to pieces!
That's what I meant.
You're weird. Go get him, lads!
I could put it.
Oh, you're all so pretty.
Hyperion, that's one thing, but there are innocent people on Elpis, you asshole!
Yes, there are.
Okay, this chick's a nutbag. You gotta hurry. We gotta get to Helios and take back control of the Eye, but we can't do that until you find out where in Crisis Scar that signal originates and shut her down.
Sometimes, so, my best mate in the whole wide world's gone missing, and I could really use some help finding him. I think it was a him, unless it was a her. No, it was definitely a him. Can't remember her name though. Used to call her the Jolly Swag Man. He was always such a happy bloke. Always had a smile and a song for everyone. Terrible singer he was. She was always going walkabout across the moon and usually came back raving about some crazy thing or other. Can't tell you where he was last seen. If you could find her, he owes me a drink. Ah, there she is. Looks like he's sleeping. Do you think he's sleeping?
Oh, yeah, no, definitely dead.
Right. Well, see if he left a note. Check her pockets, will you? Oh, she left an echo. Maybe that'll tell us more about the sorry tale. What do you reckon?
Oh, the things I've seen. I've gone walkabout all the way to Virago Solitude. I've seen an enormous giant billabong. A giant empty billabong with bright purple light shooting out of it. And I heard the deafening silent prayers of an ancient people ringing out from the depths of it. I camped by it stomach. I grabbed him with glee and I shoved him in me tucker bag. But then I returned from the distant land and I went and I lost at camp not far from here. Blasted Kragans attacked me. Go find it, Peapot. Then you'll know I speaketh the truth. Check your echo. I'm plumb tuckered out. Reckon I might die now.
Not so jolly now, is he? Sounds like he got moonstruck, poor bugger. He didn't know what he was saying, just wandering around for days, losing his mind. I never heard of an empty billabong, and I definitely never heard of no jumbuck. Sad way for him to go. Still owing me a drink. I expect she'll get over it. Wonder where that tucker bag is. Then, have a look around, see if you can find it. Jumbuck? Poor raving lunatic. He never should have gone as far as Virago Solitude. No one ever comes back from there without being a few slices shorter of a load. I'd never bloody go.
One of you's gots to go.
Who are you? Don't matter. I just found this. The best mate in all the world sent it to me. It's a tucker bag. Says there's a jumbuck inside. They don't even exist. Oh, it's a Tumbuk. They do exist.
I think it thinks I'm his mum. It's an idiot. I look nothing like him. Do you think that means there's really a billabong somewhere out there too? A giant empty billabong with bright purple light shooting out of it with the deafening silent prayers of an ancient people ringing out from the depths of it? Thanks for the help, though. One day I'll take another gander at that thing. Unless there is a giant purple hole with light shooting out of it. You reckon a little fella wants a drink?
Turrets! Crank open the front door and get him, lads.
Obviously.
Back here, the real one.
Vault Hunter's got moves.
Nah, they ain't. It's all piss and wind. Let's see what they make of our elite jetpack lads.
Hero. Back here, the real one.
Ammo? Anybody? Maybe the body double program wasn't so crazy.
bad guys. Jack here, the real one.
Just in time for tea. What? Dead. I said dead.
Stuck with that dumb look on your face.
Well, I just ate, but let's boogie! Kiss my ass.
That's it. Going solo.
Rip off your arms and barbecue them.
Mongrel.
I got to my brother died. Almost makes the horrific plastic surgery worth it.
Bad guys.
Don't do too.
Who the hell were those weirdos? Oh, whatever. I'm freaking over it. Just turn off the signal.
it's pretty. Whoa.
Oh, great! It's busted. Head up to the roof. There should be a maintenance console there. Activate it.
Oh my god, I'm sorry, man. I thought my mic was on the entire time. I muted it earlier because I had to do something. It was a fucking skunk outside and it was getting into my plants. And I went out with my homemade pepper spray and fucking iced it. Thing won't be coming back anytime soon. My friend who lives next door, who runs a clothing printing company, MD Studios, he grows a bunch of peppers in his yard. He grows these Carolina Reapers from Puckerbutt Farms. And I take it and I cook it down in water. You have to be careful when you do that. You have to have the room be well ventilated, because when you're making it, just making the spray itself, the steam that comes off of the pot acts like pepper spray and makes your eyes tear up and shit like that. Makes it burn. So I can't imagine what it feels like for that shit. Because I have it in like one of those squirt bottles where it sprays it as like a strong stream. Also, I was saying sorry about my camera going like this. This happens when I set my controller down because I'm doing something else and I hit it with my arm. I forget how much those things hurt. He got destroyed. Oh my god. Kill me. I'm gonna suffocate.
We got lights up in Helios. We got security. We got fast travel.
Really? What the flaming heck's going on over there? The override signal just went down.
Yeah, the hottest pepper in the world. The Carolina Reaper. Also known as the Toe of Satan. Because of Good Mythical Morning.
I'll meet you in Concordia. Need to have a talk with this guy.
Like, kill him? Or actually...
It's like the toe of Satan.
Calm down, we're not gonna hurt him till we find out what the deal is.
I can say 100% confidently I have had one, and it is absolutely dreadful, and you do not... Both, like... There's that guy, Chili Klaus, and he says it's like fruity and stuff like that, and I don't know if it's just the one my buddy grows, but they are death. They are death incarnate. Taste-wise, and I'm a person who loves peppers, but those things are literally, if you want to hurt yourself, you eat it. There's no good out of it. And it sticks with you. Other chilies can be worse, though. In terms of, like, the length of the heat. Carolina Reapers are relatively short-lasting comparative to the chocolate Ulas that he grows as well. Those things, those burn the next day still in your mouth. Like, if you don't wash your mouth out properly with, like, a really alcohol-rich beverage or something like that, your mouth will be hot the day after. Milk doesn't even do it enough because it's so concentrated in peppers like that. Honestly, it's like my friend Mike says. He thinks the Scoville scale is like a total bunch of made-up bullshit, pretty much. Because in reality, like, peppers vary greatly in their heat, even within a cultivar. Like, his Carolina Reaper, you could have 2 to 3 different peppers on the same plant that have a... Like, we're talking, if we're talking in the Scoville scale, like 500,000 to almost 1 million difference in concentration of the capsaicin. It's a total misconception that because it's from a specific plant and that plant has a name, that the pepper will always be that hot, but it's simply not the case. My friend also grows things like white devil tongues. You can look those up. They're like a yellowish white pepper that looks a lot like the Carolina Reaper in the sense that it's all like, it normally curls and looks all gangly near the end, but those are also pretty hot. But good as well. That's what he grows mostly, is just peppers. Sorry, man, but I normally try to stay solo when I play Borderlands and stuff like that. It's not anything about people, it's just the sheer sake of I get super fucking scatterbrained when I'm talking to someone on mic. Even more so than I already do when I'm playing the game normally and trying to talk at the same time. You add additional person and I can't play a game right. I think too elaborately about things I'm gonna say and the stuff I want to talk about. To the point where half of the time I don't even say anything that I think of because I'm just sitting there thinking about it more than I am actually going to talk about it. It's one of those weird double entendres of being a person that doesn't have a pea-sized brain. And I'm not trying to toot my own horn, it just is one of those things where it's like, if you acknowledge the fact that you have above average intelligence, you're just an asshole. But intelligence isn't based on the knowledge you know, it's based on how quick you can learn it. Damn it, it just had to be rubberized, didn't it?
I can do the challenge. I mean, yeah, go me.
Woo! Woo! Pork, so good. If you want to add me on PS4 to play off off stream, that's fine, dude. I play with other people all the time too. I just don't do it on my streams because it literally is just too distracting for me. It's not like I never play with people. I just always reserve it for when I'm not streaming. I need to get the grinder unlocked. And then I never have to do it again. God damn it. The grinder quest isn't active because I didn't turn in this one. Fucking dicks.
Screw this. Let's go pay him a visit. Like I said, don't get trigger happy. He's got info. I don't want to hear him gurgling blood.
In order for the grinder's quest to show up, you have to do this part of this quest.
That's just great.
I do have a recording of the mayor talking sexy to Serena.
Dumb nerd. Geeko.
Well, remember that recording we got of the Marif and the geisha bot thingy? We could use that to blackmail our way in, maybe.
Played this game how many times and I still never learned that lesson.
Get that recording ready, Max.
Is that when it shows up? No. It's right after this section. It must be after you come back from the Marif's office.
Come back here! I am the law! The law doesn't make mistakes.
You didn't get that from me. If anyone asks...
I should have saved the moonstone and not used it on that moonstone chest.
Hey! Lamont!
You just interrupted an officer carrying out his duty.
We're here to file a complaint.
I don't have a laser, but I still want to upgrade the capacity
Breaking the law?
for when I'm eventually spamming Vibra Pulse.
Citizen, rest assured it shall be laud. Long live the Marif.
Max, hit it.
Oh, blimey, you really know how to listen to a bloke with problems. I'll give you that. You sure I can't hook you for more,
Oh wait, we need to get the badass rank.
I'm a bloody stress volcano right now, and I can do with the,
There we go. Done it. Doing the robot. I want to know the amount of people that actually know that that's a badass rank thing in this game. Dancing with the barbot. You don't actually have to dance with the barbot. You just need to go onto the dance floor and dance after you've completed the quest to talk to Roland. Doesn't work if you're on a quest that has you talk to this dude. Which is funny because he's actually using his Borderlands 1 model. He's not using his Borderlands 2 model. It's why his face looks different. Because they changed his design partially in between 1 and 2. He has like the brick thing going on where he's like cockeyed. His eyes are facing outwards. Because of the way that they designed the models for Borderlands 1. Brick has that with his face still in Borderlands 2. They changed him a little bit. It's just like this as well. Though Lilith's model didn't change as much. Roland's got a complete overhaul because they used a different voice actor for him as well. His previous voice actor, if you never played Borderlands 1, his voice actor in Borderlands 1 sounds similar to Brick, but double the amount of ghetto that his voice sounds like. He's like, reload! Of course, I'm not from Baltimore, so I can't, like, or Maryland, or any of the places where you get that. I have a very generic, monotone voice because of where I grew up.
Let's go! Serena, I'm coming, my love!
More like it.
The only thing that differs in my voice is the pitch. That's about it.
And here we go! To the Marif!
Seriously, you idiot machine? The opposites are off.
Right! That's such a kidder! Up we go!
Yeah, I have a 70 character. I have a 70 character. He also has one of the rarest guns in the game on him. The flare. It's one of my favorite Jack guns. You can beat the Digistruct, or not the Digistruct, the Hollow Dome badass round with just the flare itself when you're playing as Jack. Jack and the flare go like hand in hand. It's one of my favorite guns in this game. You're just going with the trigger and it's just spamming bullets everywhere. I do have a Jacobs. Good. I can show just how fast I can shoot. He's using hacks, dude. How does he do that with a controller? How is he hitting max fire rate? He's a hacker, dude. Wow, what a hacker. I'm sorry. Here, I'll help. Oh. My dead zone's getting so bad that it's getting harder to do it. Yeah, I know how to flacker hab. That's not news to me. I say flacker hab, it's nukem flack a nuke, whatever you want to say.
I traced the signal that took down our systems on Helios. Guess what? It came from here.
Wacka flacka nuka. The new hottest rapper to hit the streets. The streets.
And please, lie to me. I really
Screet.
lie to me.
But I know. What are you gonna do with me?
Nothing. I was just messing with you. Get the hell out
Take
of
me
here.
for a ride, Jack.
I've been thinking. There's a way back to Helios.
I surrender.
He tried to take you out, dude. It's the Jack Tower. Oh. Well. That was the thing. The Jack attack.
All right, my awesome master plan. Taking the fight to Helios is going to need an army, so we make one. Head down to Springs.
How about they add the cool wrist lasers as a weapon class in the next game? But then again, Hyperion's dead because of Tales from the Borderlands, so... Or at least the Helios station is dead, not all of Hyperion is dead.
I know who might be willing to scout around for hardware. Let me talk to them and get back to you.
Sounds good. Let's hustle, people.
The Helios station isn't the only portion of Hyperion, it's just one of many bases Hyperion has.
You don't like anybody.
No, I know, but you don't get them as a weapon. You get them as a weapon. It's not the same. I want the, like, auto pistol thing that is shown that he shoots in the cutscenes. Where it's just like, douche, douche.
Man, that laser just keeps on going.
Now the grinder's quest should be available. Once I turn that in.
Moxie said you're after some
Yeah, there we go.
Big sauce. But your best bet's a mate of mine, a little anchor bite by the name of Pickle. Lives in the
Intelligences of the artificial persuasion.
Take the scrambler.
Persuasi. Oh yeah, that's right. We gotta go change. Excuse me, bud. Joe Jack. Collaborate and listen. Jack is back with a brand new edition. Lewd. I always forget to take the damn scrambler.
Died and I need to scrounge up a couple of spare parts. Grinder parts don't grow on trees, but luckily I've got wind of 2 scab grinders you can...
Is that like a tattoo or her actual skin? Because I can't tell because of Borderlands.
The first one's on the back of the buggy. I'm sending the coordinates to you.
Does she have that on her arm in Tales from the Borderlands? I could have swore when you see her in Tales from the Borderlands she doesn't have that on her arm. This is a band-aid right there. I think it's a tattoo then. Why are you iron sighting me with a pistol at point-blank range, dude? No wonder she hates women. Oh, sorry. No wonder she loves women. She hates men. I got it. I got it. Bass backwards.
But I can help you out with. Ready for it? A Stingray. It's old dial tech. They're not much to look at, but Moxie tinkered with the designs.
Don't you dare.
Now they jump like a skag in heat. Problem is, Stingrays aren't easy to get your meat hunts on. So happens that Scrambler, came my way.
Okay, totally don't home in on anything, Rockets, and just fly off into your own life.
So all moon zoomies are stingrayed up. Search the debris and find me the unassembler linkage.
It's right there, on the ground.
Everything else here is toast. No worries. There's still that second grinder. It's in an abandoned camp set up in an old train station. It's run by some feral scavs called the Boosters. If you like, you can go over there, explain I need some spare parts, they'll be all, oh, sure thing, help yourself, mate.
A Rooster Booster is a real Australian product. Just so you know. That is a real thing. They just use it as a funny joke in the game because of what the actual thing it is. Because it's Australian humor. I think a lot of the humor in this game goes over people's heads, and I think that's why a lot of people don't find it as funny. Because it's not American humor. What? It's not talking about... I mean, I hate to reference it because Scooter is actually one of the only good characters in Borderlands 2. In terms of, like, the character backstory. He's just a redneck in a video game. There ain't nothing more to it. It's not like fucking Zero, where it's like the whole plot of his character is that his character is a non-character character. You will never know what he really is because that's his entire character, is not knowing what he is. And if you knew what he is, then he wouldn't be Zero. not necessarily trying to say that Zero is a bad character either. It's just when people say that he's their favorite, I'm always just like, he's only your favorite literally for the reason that he's a ninja. It's not for any, like, he has the most basic character backstory, yet he is the one that everyone got attached to and is sort of the reason why he showed up in Tales from the Borderlands. It's not like Axton showed up and saved the people there. Axton's your normal military dude. Even though he would be the person that you would think would be caught doing that, because that's what he does. Being an ex-Dal Marine, I don't know. I always thought they should have never gone serious with the writing in the Borderlands franchise. There's a lot of things about it that are questionable at best and are just left to interpretation, and interpretation is bad when you try to make a coherent plot line and then you just insert random ass characters and you act like those characters existed the entire time. Handsome Jack. Handsome Jack being a great character though, but I'm just saying, like, in the whole scheme of the plot of Borderlands, the game constantly, like, goes back to the whole point that the first game, the characters just got off on a bus stop. Literally, that's what they talk about when you do NG Plus and Pickle is sitting there talking alongside Tiny Tina and Brick and shit like that. They're like, our story just started with us getting off of a bus. This one started with explosions and shit. And they, like, make fun of what people got attached to about their game, and is the whole fucking reason that their franchise was even successful. And I understand, that's such a minor thing, but it's like, what are you serious? It's like all the MMO references and references to gamers and shit like that. Like, they're funny quests, but it's also like, what the fuck? Or the shit that's, like, entirely balanced around one person's capability to beat it. It doesn't matter if the rest of the world has, like, an incredible trouble beating it just normally. All that matters is one super try-hard streamer who played the game religiously for, like, 2 years could beat the boss. That's all that matters. And now everyone just cheeses it. Which he didn't even really do it himself, because the chat was sitting there helping him, giving ideas. The only thing he was doing was playing the game good. He was just being a vessel for other people. And, I mean, if you know who I'm talking about, then you know who I'm talking about. If you don't need to concern yourself with it. I'm not trying to create any drama about it. It's just something that's always bothered me amongst the community. As much as I rage at video games, again, that's just me. But there are some people in the community who literally cause the game to get worse, in my opinion, through them existing. And again, I don't want to name names or point fingers, but if you know who I'm talking about, then you know who I'm talking about. But someone who I will mention in the limelight of things is Jolts Dude. He's still an amazing Borderlands YouTuber and still makes content all the time. So if you're ever looking for someone who makes content and you already don't know about him, look up Jolts Dude. He's like the go-to guy to watch play Borderlands. He'll be able to actually properly tell you what parts are on a gun and stuff like that. I can barely do that shit. I gotta, like, open up the spreadsheet on my computer from, like, the Steam community page and shit like that. Yeah, I can get Excalibur. I'm just not gonna get it because you only get one per playthrough. Or wait, no, you get one per character or something like that. One per character per playthrough. Or whatever. Can I hit this thing? Thanks. Ooh! We got it! The happiest color. I'm glad I didn't get it earlier, because now I got it when it upscaled. When the area scaled to the new levels. Flacker. Oh my god. Oh my god. Is this like Five Nights at Slenderman? Even the money's like freaking the fuck out. Oop, never mind. It jumped into my pocket. It fish flopped into my pocket. We got these fucking spaghetti spider torques. Wait, what level was this? Oh, it's still level 6. Dang it. Oh well. I only need it for the base damage anyways. As soon as I get a rocket launcher, it won't matter what the damage of this is. Because all that will matter is the swap speed. And then I'll swap back to my other build. It's one of the only farmable fucking things in this game, is a flacker. Still really good even though it's low. Oh wait, yeah, double shoot. Oh fuck, that's right, you can't melee double shoot in the pre-sequel on PS4. I held the square button. Why did I do that? You can't double shoot, double shot with melee on PS4. It has to be with. Wait, so it's bound to down. Alright, alright, alright. There we go. Sorry, took me a second. Double shot. That's how you get the one trigger pull EOS kill. Double shot flacker. It's technically 2 shots, but you're only pulling the trigger once. I can't wait till I get a rocket launcher.
But which one's the real me?
I want to be able to use that wet week.
That kill was sponsored by...
No sign of Rooster Booster. He must have chickened out. Smash that thing to pieces and get the recombiner matrix out of it. Luckily they're tough bits of tech too.
I'm just trying to get the teamwork to trigger. So my health regens.
Well, hey there.
It's tougher than I thought.
I tried to hit the default button for melee for a second. My brain went back to 360 controls, even though I have all my controls like completely changed. I use L1 as my jump button. I don't use X. X for me is weapon swap. And I use triangle as my action skill. I have L1 as my jump button, so I can jump and turn without having to move my thumb at all. I never have to take my thumb off of the right analog stick unless I want to use my action skill. Because I swap weapons using the D-pad with my pointer finger. I don't even take my thumb off the left analog stick. I'm used to doing that because of playing Claw in third-person action games.
Nice. Now, get to a safe distance.
I prefer Xbox 360 controllers for that, but I'm too lazy to get one of those custom PS4 controllers that has the analog stick in the place of the D-pad. So I can have a D-pad down where the analog stick should be. Because it's much easier to do that by reaching over with your thumb. But it makes it so that I never have to stop moving. That's how you see me do stuff where I like swap my weapon and double shot while still aiming, because I have R1 bound as my melee as well. And that's for double shooting in Borderlands 2, because in Borderlands 2 to double shot, all you do is press R2, square, and R1 if you have R1 set as your melee button. But in the pre-sequel, you can't double shot with melee, you can only double shot with weapon swap. And it works with all weapons. See? Doo-douche. If you master, there's like a specific timing to it as well. You can shoot semi-automatic Jacobs rifles really, really fast. Way faster than their listed fire rate. But I can't even come close to doing it, so I'm not even going to try and embarrass myself. You can look up videos on it if you want to. If I had a mouse and keyboard, it might be a little bit easier, but on a controller, that shit's really hard. Unless you have a specific control scheme. Oh yeah, and I put crouch on right stick. So I can, again, while looking, slam onto the ground and not have to worry about it. Instead of having to move my thumb all the way over to circle to slam down onto the ground. Or use my pointer finger to press circle when I'm playing a fucking first-person shooter. Got another wet week. Slow as. Oh yeah, here, let's go get the Marcus chest. Oh yeah, that's right, this fucking cave. You have to like jump perfectly to get inside of it. I wonder what caused the developers to put that there, considering that there's one right here. I had to imagine that this area was going to be used somewhere else. If only I could use that corrosive wet week I just picked up.
Stay right there.
need a hero. Why are torque shotguns so broken? And then, what's cool is that's actually in-game. That's just a tiny little box that the developers placed that your character gets accelerated through, creating the illusion that it's moving. And then they add the sound effect when that happens to trigger on cue when you enter through the block. It's a really little intricate thing set up for almost no fucking reason whatsoever. Because there's almost nothing here but a couple of these containers. And it's not like they have a lot of money in them. They're just here. They just exist. It's the next room that has all the good shit in it. And say there's no way they'd let you go out of bounds here. So you can see. If you don't know what this is, there's an out of bounds video on this. However, if you've never seen it, this is basically, imagine a tiny little level. And above me is the room that I was just in. If you looked up there, I was just up above me. And below, they put this little platform of dirt and then put this dome-shaped skybox on it with this red-yellow sky. And then once you go through here, you're going to see what looks like a cutscene of a midget and like a little ball next to a planet Earth. And that's, again, something that's within the level that they just built as a set piece that the camera pans to briefly. And if you have no clip enabled, you can go and see it in the actual game if you have the PC version. All you need to do is go through the map, this part right here. When you leave through this door, it'll have like this little bandit next to Pandora. Wow, I should have emptied my inventory. That would have been the smart thing to do. Right here. That's in game. And I don't know if you noticed, but for the first 5 or 6 frames of that, the bandit's head actually moves into position. What the what? What in the world? I don't even remember where I came in. Let me out. This is not a dance. I'm begging for help. I'm screaming for help. Please go and let me out. I thought I was out for a second. I have to explore that more when I have more Oz. Oh, my thing is Dr. Roxo 11. You got it. It says I got new followers. Banana Split 420 VC.
smoke weed every day.
Why did that dude message retracted himself when he joined? He probably called me a fuckboy. Because that's what I really am. Zoop. Yeah, add me as a friend. You don't have to just follow me. I love how those containers explode open every time you load in. No, don't start sending me messages on here, please. It's just gonna make my entire stream blue on it. Or sorry, not blue, black, with the stupid thing that overlays the screen that I can't turn off. Unless I turn notifications off entirely. Oh, come on. It had to be a fucking bandit launcher, didn't it? It couldn't have been something else. Need a Torg launcher. Oh, diarrhea. Liquid diarrhea. You want to know what's good about this gun? It's a really good gun. And the crowd fucking roars. Whoa. Excusa. Scoliosis is getting so bad. I need to like strap a 2x4 to my back. Is it worth even... It's not worth buying that. It's not worth buying that either. It's not even worth keeping these loon shines because they're only level 6. Does Cosmo have his quest yet? No. 2 arms. That's the one where you gotta bring a bunch of fucking gray weapons. I hate that mission. And the Oz kit's terrible. Pop racing. Oh yeah, let's go get zapped. Zape. What the hell? Oh yeah, that's right. How? What are you made of? I really need one of these that has 3 or 4 shots on it. Ow. Puts the zap in your cat.
Let's see how this gun goes against them.
I'm not actually going to complete this mission. I just wanted it for the free laser weapon that doesn't take up an inventory spot. Sort of like the grog nozzle. Except this game doesn't really have a grog nozzle in it, and the one that it does, the probe, got nerfed on like the 2nd or 3rd patch of this game existing, and was nerfed for its health regen down to like 1 to 2%. Sorry, I had something in my shirt that kept poking me in the back. What the hell? Wow. Atrocious. But it's a laser weapon. Good for close range. I'm going out for a smoke though, so my character's going to be sitting still for a bit. If you're wondering why I'm not moving. But still talking. I'm talking. I'm actually from the Northeast, so I can say that without being an asshole. Hey, asshole! Hey, barf bag! Sorry if all you can hear is fucking crickets as well. Crickets and a few off cicadas. Trying to fix this X-Acto knife I had out here earlier.
Breathing problem? My air.
Dicks. It's so moist out that if I don't drag from my cigarette consistently, it just puts my cigarette out because the air has water in it. My tomato plant is officially over 6 foot tall. I did measure it.
Oh, crap.
Which again isn't impressive. I've seen the type of plant go over 10 foot. It's more so impressive just because of the place that it's grown in. Most people would say everything about the place it's growing would mean that it wouldn't grow well. And it's one of the healthiest plants I've ever seen. It has no blight or diseases on any of the leaves. They're nice, deep green from top to bottom. But my other one, that's like 2 to 3 feet away from it, in the same bed, is about half as tall. The branches are way skinnier, and it's putting out maybe half the flowers. And they're both the same type of plant. One just had stronger genetics in the seed, I guess. And I know no one cares to hear about my plants for the 100th time. It's just something I like to get people interested in. It's better than most of the other shit people are doing now. Plus, then you learn to appreciate food for what it actually tastes like when it's grown properly and not on a massive scale. Stuff's grown on a massive scale. Not trying to sound like a hipster because it's something that hipsters say, but stuff grown on a massive scale really just does not taste like something grown in your own garden. Especially if you take good care of your plants. And you're not just using basic potting soil as your mix and shit like that. You're not. I see so many people do like basic gardening mistakes because they don't understand simple principles such as mulching and shit like that. So like the worst thing that I hate that people do in their gardens is they cut stuff off of their plants and then they take the plant matter away and never add it back after it's decayed. They don't make like a pile of the stuff that they cut off of their plants or whatever and wait for it to turn brown so they can shove it back on the soil. They don't do that. They just throw it away. And that, like, I always tell people who ask me what I do, I'm always just like, I'm an advocate of put everything back where it came from. If you take green off of a plant, took nutrients to make that green, if you move that green or fruit somewhere else, you're just taking nutrients out of the soil and not putting them back into the soil. And a lot of people will make gardens, and they'll have gardens that do really good one year, and they do shit the next year because they cut all of their plants down when they turn brown and yellow and get rid of them or throw them in the trash instead of just making a pile out of them and letting them turn back into dirt and then putting that back into the garden, because all of what was used to create the plant will get turned right back into stuff for the other plants to use. And your soil will get weathered with that kind of stuff, so it will become better at breaking it down. It will encourage healthier things to be around your plant, like worms. If you have just a dry, flat surface of soil, like you see in a lot of people's gardens, where it's just plant and then soil at the bottom, what happens is you get a strong rainstorm, or the dude sitting out there watering with their like watering spigot thing, and they're hitting the dirt, and the dirt splashes back up onto the leaves of the plant on the underside of the leaves. And if you don't know how a plant works, I'll give you a basic tip of like pretty much any plant organism outside of very select few. So pretty much every plant that you know of that grows leaves intakes carbon dioxide and outputs oxygen. Most people don't know, though, that that happens specifically on the underside of leaves. The underside of leaves is where the plant intakes carbon dioxide. The top side of leaves is where oxygen comes out of. So when the dirt splashes up onto the bottom portions of the leaves, when the plant's really young, the plant can't properly photosynthesize nutrients using the sunlight. So So you know what happens? You end up with a very weak, stunted plant for the first month or so of it growing, and it doesn't get very healthy. Whereas if you had just done the simple thing of letting your grass grow out early in the spring, don't cut it early or anything like that. Let it grow out a little extra long. Cut it, rake up all the grass clippings, and stick them in a pile and let them start to decay, and then just scatter it around the bases of your plant. What that'll do is it'll prevent the water from hitting the soil, splashing the dirt back up on the plant, and it'll promote an insulated layer in the ground where bacteria and worms like to live. That's why normally when you go out in the woods and stuff like that, you flip a rock or rotten logs and stuff over and you see worms and a myriad of other insects. And you need to create that on a smaller scale in your garden. If your garden doesn't have good things in it, then it's going to have a lot of bad things in it, because the bad things take advantage of a situation way more than the good things do. Having a small amount of aphids isn't bad, as long as you have jumping spiders and a bunch of other things in your garden that take care of them. But if you're constantly out there getting rid of all the good things, you're going to end up with all these bad things because there's nothing taking care of them but you. And if you aren't squishing every single tiny little green aphid, which you're obviously not going to be able to do that, you're going to end up with plants that get eaten alive in most gardens, especially around here, because we just have so many different types of aphids and types of ants that farm aphids. And yes, I mean that. The ants around here will pick aphids up off of the ground that they find out on random bushes, and will bring them to a localized area in your garden and place the aphids on the plants and farm them like cattle, because the aphids poop honeydew, like a sweet nectar made of undigested sugars, and the ants take that back to their nest and eat it. So they form a symbiotic relationship with these aphids and will literally put hundreds upon hundreds of aphids on your plant. They're fuckers. I hate those things. But you can't kill them off because there's thousands of them in a colony. So the only thing you can do is like de-encourage them from doing it. In biology class, they'll never teach you anything as interesting as the stuff you'll see outdoors. When you just sit and observe and learn things yourself, you come across so many things that you never knew existed in your local areas. The amount of people I live around that don't realize the amount of things that are edible always bothers me. Wow, good job, dude. How the fuck did I do that? Honestly. Also, welcome back if you're still there. Sorry, like I said, I was out smoking a cigarette.
Oh, hi, stranger. Follow me.
I normally do it every hour and a half or so. I also do it just to take a break from looking at the screen. Looking at the screen kills my eyes. if I do it for too long.
Looks like she's back from the dead, but we need to make sure these babies can, if they're pink, spit out nice shiny pink. But you have to know what to put in them first. Kind of like a recipe. Put in any 3 weapons of the same quality and you might get back a weapon of a higher quality. Sweet, eh? I've got some old ones on the table over there. Use them. Now feed them into the grinder. Let's see what she spits out.
Oh, that sounds kind of freaky. I like it. What'll happen?
Unless you give me 3, you get nothing, soldier. This grinder is bad.
Look at her grind. Sweet as. These babies come with a lot of recipes. Fortunately, there's no instruction manual. You just have to experiment. Now, I do remember someone telling me using moonstones will ensure you always get the best possible items out of it.
I couldn't hear a word she was saying. 3 items, soldier.
Well, good luck and thanks for the help.
High quality, low price, and no questions.
We don't need to do that. Do we want to get the ice cream? I scream, you scream, we all scream for ice cream.
Machine won't bark if not wanted. I have a big problem. Medical refrigerator sheet red.
I hate these quests that make you sit here and wait to pick up an item.
I need special ice. It keeps things cool a long time. You fetch special ice from special place. I pay you. Yes?
Yeah, totally, lady. I'm all over this. Something Jack would say.
Yes, it's good. You take drill now.
That is 10 out of 10 writing right there. That is what you get paid a salary for.
You take drill and go now. Get special ice. Don't die before you pay.
I want to work at Gearbox.
Do not die. You put your business.
Just do subpar work my entire life and get away with it. The gauge box. Gotta always open the gauge box. Get the Discord effect. Ah, so close to a purple. A purple's actually feasible. Every single time I see that with the vault symbols, I'm like, nah. I've only ever gotten like 3 legendaries from that, and I've probably used the slot machines for like over 60 hours throughout all of my playthroughs and shit. All the times I've just stood in front of it and rolled both of the machines simultaneously and gotten jack shit. Because I'm Jack. Jack me off, baby. And dead. Get rectified. Whoa, sick 360, dude. Holy dooly.
Oh, hey, I'm awesome. How about that?
Hey, loser, who are you? Don't try and break my record, eh? Good luck. I meant that sarcastically.
You should look that word up. Nobody can handle pop racing better than the Loon Stalker.
That's a lot of trousers for a little man.
Whatever. I'm the best, end of. Get yourself a moon buggy and prove me wrong.
I am literally in a moon buggy. Literally. Bogan's Run.
You found that snot-nosed brat, did you? I'd love to see you wipe the floor with him. So would everyone else who's ever met him. Head over to the start line, let's see what you can do. The countdown will begin once you're at the start line. Kick it in the gut soon as the beacons light up. Beat the kid's lap time and rub the grub's face in it.
Lame. You can't catch the Loon Stalker.
Check that. If you also beat him on the first go at it, I'll give you even more credits. Show the little darling who's boss.
Initiating countdown. 5, 4, 3, 2, 2.5, 2.25, and then 1 go.
And they're off.
I can hear my amazing skill pumping through my veins. Oh no! What happens if I'm so skilled I explode? Hey, Springs! Did your driver forget which pedal to press?
Come on, let's give the kids something to think about.
Whoa! Whoa!
Oh, I'm sitting on the edge of my bucket seat.
Oh yeah, that's right. That was easy.
And I wasn't feeling well, and then I got something in my eye, and I couldn't see properly, and someone distracted me, and it's not there.
Suck eggs, Napkins. You just got beat first time. Vault Hunter, you can collect your winnings from the data middle agent himself.
This thing is impossible. Boosh! Such a bad gun. If I put on the Jacobs pistol and I shot 2 clips out of that, it would have been Ben. Here, I'll prove it. I think I'm hitting the Rathids more than him. And I'm never gonna win the war of him spawning them. There we go. Need the freaking Rathids to stop blocking my bullets. Oh my god, that's what was happening. The Rathids were blocking the bullets. Oh wait, I forgot to turn in the quest. Wait, but lasers are supposed to penetrate.
An unrealistically handsome man just totally cheated out of the course record.
Salt Hunter! Calling you out. Cry, will ya? Couldn't let him win. You had your chance.
Uh-oh.
Are you proud of yourself, Salt Hunter?
Slow as. No, I love this gun though. The bullets may be slow as, but it does a lot of damage. That's a lot of damage. Sorry, I heard something.
Oh, hey, I'm awesome. How about that?
I don't have 16 people watching. That's just a glitch that the YouTube thing has. It collectively builds up every single person that like plays it back for whatever reason instead of actually the live viewers. I don't know when they're gonna fix that. That sound effect in there, what the hell?
Well, that's up to you. If it was my money, I'd get the whole lot redone. It ruins it. Yes, they still work. Hello?
Yeah, you're the only person watching right now. That I know of, anyways. Hold on, I can actually check. Yeah, you're the only person watching right now. Perfecto. Car wheels go spin. Get destroyed.
Forget about that door. Combo's 8008. Don't ask me how I know. At least the place still has power. Improvements into the production model. They deny it though, plugging and screaming into that digistruct machine. Just order yourself up a Stingray.
Oh my god. Are you retarded or something? That's not a Stingray, bud. There you go. That's how you Stingray. Pandoran poison maple.
Been able to hack their system to copy a fresh plan over, so you'll be able to digistruct these anywhere from now on. Now get your backside to see Pickle, though feel free to get a feel for her first. See what she can do.
So the trick to jumping this is, if you didn't know, is to just press triangle really late.
Nice. I've told Pickle you're coming. Just go meet him.
Vault Hunter, this is Colonel Zarpedon of the Lost Legion. Soon Elpis will be rubble. I will be dead from the explosion along with everyone on Elpis, and most of those living on Pandora below.
Yeah.
I've seen you fight, and I respect your skill.
It's not even that I hate Zero as a class, I just don't like the character that he is. He's a non-character character. He's impossible to have good story arc, because he's not anything.
Jack hired us to kill bad guys.
The whole point of him existing is his non-existingness. You can't know who he is, because if you knew who he is, it'd be like the whole point. He's secretly just Handsome Jack. That's what they're waiting to do. The thing that Reese had at the end infects Zero, and then Zero becomes Handsome Jack, and Handsome Jack comes back again. No. I really don't see that happening. Can I move, dude? Thanks. I've got to hide. So much for that. This gun is like what it would be like if Tord made sniper rifles. Still usable, but slow as. I was gonna say, I'll get him before he hits me. My strafe is too good. Oh, got him. Get machine gunned, kiddo. That's why this is a really good gun. That's why they call it a wheel gun. Dustin. Yun. Don't put a revolver in my hands. And this game has the Omni cannon. That already exists. And it works better than the Cobra, to be honest. Because it has separated explosive and normal damage numbers. If you don't know what the Omni cannon is, you can look it up. But yeah, it's in this game specifically, if I remember correctly.
This is gonna be epic. People will sing songs about
this Slammer Jam.
Kid's got spirit, but it'll be all for nothing if he can't find a ball.
If he can't find a ball.
Badass slam dunk in the history of the game. But I lost my lucky ball. Could you find it for me?
You don't want to put a revolver in my fingers.
You gotta go hard, take it to the hole, and get what's yours.
Get out of there, boy.
Excellent play. Team effort. Bring it back here, and we'll take this game to the next level.
How's it going, bonk donk? Donk is one of my favorite words. I've used that in like a myriad of my titles. Fuck, he's strafed so good. Oh my god, I can't even see him because of the dang sun. I didn't even get any of that.
Don't screw with Jack.
The jacks are too good. Gotta get this in here. Yay!
Now you're stuck with that dumb look on your face.
He must have exploded a cryo barrel on himself. Wow, you got a lot of health, buddy. And he had no health.
Now it's time to slam and jam.
Dubs is lining up. Let's see if we can get the height he needs to perform what scientists have dubbed the ultimate slam dunk.
Let's do this. Basketball!
Yeah. So he's gone.
Dubs Watson has jumped so high he broke Elvis's gravitational pull. A truly monumentous day for b-ball, any way you put it.
Can I touch the ground, please?
With Dubs gone, we'll need a new athlete to Fantastic! You don't need a ball, just jump up into the air and slam down on that hoop to complete the most slam jammingest b-ball dunk in history. If you can do so while the goal's in place.
And I only want to see one b-ball player on the court at one time. The glory of this slam jam, the soulless body double has slammed and jammed the hoop. The repercussions of this moment will be felt for eons to come.
Get back here for your post-game interview. Not Jack. Hey, that was simply the most b-ball-tastic thing I have ever seen. What is your secret?
You know, it's all for the love of the game, man. All the crowds. I mean, that's why I do it for these guys. You know, all the money, none of it matters. You know, if you don't love the game. And the game's been good to me. You know, you just got to go out there. You just got to give it 110%. You know, and that's why I do it.
Wise words from the single most ballest athlete to ever hit the court. Speak to me again when you're ready. Back to you, voice in my head.
Back to you, voice in my head. Oh, yeah. Deep excavation. What is it when it's just a cavation, but it's not Xing? It's called "It Doesn't Fucking Exist." You're dumb. Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot I picked up all those Oz kits. I don't really need my muck-a-muck anymore. Bang! I love this guy. This is one of the only ones they nailed the writing spot on. I can't even recite what he says, and I've heard it at least 100 times. Because when I had this game on 360, I was one of the people who got the disc with the thing in it that allowed you to get this zone, sort of like Creature Slaughter in Borderlands 2. Of course, if you own the PlayStation 4 version, they just come by default. You didn't have to get the add-ons. Watch your persimmons. I like the mandarins. Or tangilopes. Get critical punched in the neck. No! Get pre-fired. I never bothered to put on a better grenade mod. Because I rarely use them in this game. Unless I get a quasar or something.
Challenge.
Whoa, dude.
Hey, I'm not dead. How about that?
There's plenty more where that fandango came from.
That's how good lasers are in this game. A white laser is good enough to clear an entire round of that. A white Lazarus Maximilius. Lazarus Solaris. Polaris. Laris. Or just Lars. I don't know what I'm saying anymore. Holy. Hauling ass. Sounds like my kind of shield.
It's like choosing between the ladies or
I
something.
need a better weapon than that.
This guy.
I'm gonna turn the heat up for this one, but it's a good thing you already pre-baked the cover.
keep looking at the screen, dude.
Maybe the body double program wasn't so crazy.
Not like it really matters. My jacks protect me. I'm actually gonna stop after this.
Stop your grinning and cuddle your women. You know where to go. Get there on the double. Baboons, boons, boons.
And I'll be back tomorrow with some more for a little bit. I'm just getting to the point where I'm too tired to even want to play, so I'm just not going to. I'll be back on later. Peace out, and thanks for watching.